Hi, hello, Vanakkam, and welcome back to yet another episode on your and everyone's favorite Little Slaw YouTube channel. So today we're going to have a hands-on, a DevOps pipeline hands-on where we're going to use GitHub and Jenkins, everyone's favorite Jenkins. So you're going to learn a lot about it. So in this hands-on lab that you're going to see today, we are going to create a DevOps pipeline all the way from making a code change to deploying that change to a production environment. And talking about the benefits of DevOps is it comes from its focus on automated pipelines. Yes, so we're going to use Jenkins to do automated pipelines. And here you'll have the opportunity to try out how you can see it in action from a hands-on perspective. And after completing this hands-on lab, you'll have a basic idea of what it is like to use a DevOps pipeline to change the code and get those changes into production. So you'll first need to have a GitHub account. So that's what I'm using now. So I'm having a GitHub account, and I'll share you all the details in the description of this video. So I have made a copy of it. I have made a fork of the DevOps GitHub repo, and after that, I get to have this Jenkins application for me. So we are in the Jenkins pipeline now, and we have landed on the Jenkins installation. So I'm clicking on the DevOps Essential sample, and in the left hand side, you can see there is a configure menu, configure, configure menu, yeah. So, and then I have to click on the branch sources tab, the second tab, which you can see here, and I have to navigate to the forked repo that I have created. So I can even keep both of this in the same one, so I can navigate back to back. So yeah, and I have to okay, I have navigated to the forked repo that I've created in the GitHub, and I have to copy the URL to my clipboard. So let me just copy the URL of it. And the next step is I have to come back to my Jenkins, and I have to change the project repo. So this is my project repo that I'm going to use, and I have pasted it in the project repository section. So the credentials will change accordingly. So I have to add my credentials. Now let's create a pull request, and before that, and then let's click on save. So now this step will actually, Jenkins will automatically start doing the scanning, and it will build the branch from the fork. So that's what is happening now. So what we did so far is we have a branch, right, a DevOps branch, and then we have actually pasted it here in the Jenkins, and it actually creates as a it does the scanning and it builds a branch from the fork. And yep, now it's deploying to the prod. So if I click on it here, we can see we get to see the declarative checkout, and then the build has happened in like 12 seconds, and then we deployed it to stage in like 1 second, and then finally we deployed the change to production. We are deploying the change to production in like 78 milliseconds. So that's what's happening now. And does the staging looks okay? Let me click on proceed. This will actually move to the next step. So once it is done, we'll move on to our next step. So yep, the deployment to production is completed, and the next step is we have to navigate to the application now. So now let me navigate to the application. So now the application, it shows that the application is up and running. So this is the proper message, and it shows DevOps is great. And now we'll have to navigate back to GitHub and click on the 4 branches, and I'm going to locate the feature branch, and that is, let me just quickly refresh. Yep, I'm going to click on the new feature branch, and I'm going to click on pull request. So on the top, if you see, there's a pull request. So I'm going to create a new pull request, which means I'm going to deploy the code to the production and set the base repository drop down to my personal fork. So it's going to be from the new feature. I'm going to deploy the changes. So all I'm going to do is a small code change. That's it. So I'm going to send my new feature to my master branch. And once everything is fine, I'm going to create the pull request, create the pull request again. And once everything is fine, I'm going to click on the merge, then confirm merge. So now let me go to the Jenkins and let me make sure that it has been merged. The pull request, yep, it's been merged. And now if I go to my Jenkins, in the left hand menu, you can see there's a build now icon, and here you can see the build is getting deployed to the deploy to production stage now. But again, it will pass and wait for our input to complete. So before we continue, we first want to check how the web page looks in the staging environment. So for that, what we can do is let's go to the staging server. Let me quickly open the IP of the staging server, and it is here. So this is the IP, and yeah, it shows DevOps is awesome. Previously, this is in the production one, and this is in the staging one, and now it is deployed to stage, which means we have successfully deployed the code, that is DevOps is awesome code, to stage, because that's what we did. So if you see here, even in the closed one, I can show you what is a file that has been changed. So instead of DevOps is great, we have we wanted to change it to DevOps is awesome, right? The files changed, you can see. So yeah, this is the change that we made. So this has been deployed in stage, and it has been moving to production now. So it is still not yet completed, and let's wait for it to get completed. And now it's showing that we are almost completed, but let's wait for the code to get completed. But again, this is how we deploy our changes from production, from GitHub. Like we merge the changes and we deploy our code changes to each environment, like to stage and then to production. And now, yep, does the staging environment look okay? And now we're going to proceed so that we can move the changes to the production. And if we come back to our production, and when I refresh it, see, the code has been moved to DevOps is awesome, which means the code is now deployed to production. And now in this scenario, we're going to do a rollback. So how are we going to do a rollback? So for that, let's go back to the Jenkins, and in the left hand menu, we can see there is a build on to, right? So just click on that and click on replay. And when I click on replay, so this will show me the code, like what I have deployed. So here it allows me to replay the build pipeline build with the modified script. And if any load steps were run, I can modify the scripts that are loaded. So let me just go through the code here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on run. So when this is done, while that is building, we can actually navigate to the stage server and refresh the page to view the correct text. So now still it has not been done because it's the replay is coming back. So what we are doing is we are actually rolling back the broken deployment. We are rolling back the code. So that's what is happening now. So now let me click, or before that, let me just check the code first, and let me click on proceed. So this will actually take me to the this will actually roll back the code. And if I go back to my production, so let's wait until this is getting completed. So yep, the code has been changed now. And let me go back to the Jenkins, and I hover over the deploy to production. And if I find the code is fine in the staging environment, so I'm clicking on proceed so that the code will be deployed in production now. Let me click on proceed. Yep. And if I come back to the production, and here I can see the code has been changed successfully. So all I did is I chose the right build, and then I have did a replay of it. So if I went to the first build and then I went into the replay where I've ran that code, and then it actually made the code successful. So all I could see is this one. So the code changes, and these are the branches which we have: the broken feature, the master branch, the new feature, the rollback broken feature. So these are the items that we have, and these are the branches that we have in our application. So overall, in total, so what we did is we have actually deployed an application, the code which is in GitHub, and we deployed that application using Jenkins. And just to do a quick recap, so what of it, the only change that we did is, in general, in the branch sources, I have copied the project repo, like the GitHub repo, and everything has made the change. So it has actually discovered the branches, and all the branches has been added to the Jenkins. And here the mode is through by Jenkins file, and the script path is Jenkins file, and everything has made the change. And this is the configuration section of DevOps Essential sample, and all the pipelines, everything has been automatically built in. The pipeline has been built in, everything is done successfully. And if you're someone who is using Jenkins along with DevOps for your uh, deployment to different environments, please do use this. Please do follow this one. This will be very helpful for you to configure and do all the changes that you want to do. So until I see you all in our next videos, bye bye from Shanmugam and your favorite Little Slaw YouTube channel. Take care and bye bye.